Trump's supporter, Newt Gingrich, had perhaps the most provocative proposal to deal with the terror threat.
Western civilization is in a war. We should, frankly, test every person here who is of a Muslim background, and if they believe in Sharia, they should be deported. Sharia is incompatible with Western civilization. Modern Muslims who have given up Sharia, glad to have them as citizens, perfectly happy to have them next door. But we need to be fairly relentless about defining who our enemies are. Anybody who goes on a website favoring ISIS or Al-Qaeda or other terrorist groups, that should be a felony, and they should go to jail. Any organization which hosts such a website should be engaged in a felony. It should be closed down immediately.
President Obama responded to Gingrich comments today.
In the wake of last night's attacks, we've heard more suggestions that all Muslims in America be targeted, tested for their beliefs, some deported or jailed. And the very suggestion is repugnant and an affront to everything that we stand for as Americans. We cannot give in to fear or turn on each other or sacrifice our way of life. We cannot let ourselves be divided by religion, because that's exactly what the terrorists want.
Gingrich later clarified his comments today, saying he wasn't referring to any U.S. citizens or to any Muslims who are loyal to the United States. All this on a day in which presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump made it official, naming Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his running mate. With us now for reaction to all of this on the phone is Bill O'Reilly. Hi, Bill.
Thanks for sitting in for me, Brett.
You got it. What about this Gingrich and the response from President Obama?
I think the speaker overdid it a little bit because, I always go back to the fact that you can't single out any religion under our Constitution for scrutiny. So the sentiment is correct. I mean, Sharia law is not compatible with the United States and the constitutional freedoms that we have. All right, we all know that. But, we have tolerated in this country communism, fascism. We have tolerated all that. And I don't think you can basically say, well, we're going to give every Muslim a test to see if the Muslim passes the test. And then it gets political. I think President Obama distorted the remarks and tried to, he obviously knows that Gingrich is part of the Trump campaign, and part of the Democratic strategy is to demonize Trump as this guy who is going to come after minorities, Muslims, Mexicans, gays, whoever it may be. So I didn't like either the speaker's remarks or the president's remarks.
All right, so today, Donald Trump makes it official. We talked about it last night on your show about Mike Pence, Indiana governor. There was some back and forth about it, but your thoughts and how this plays out, not the process of how we got there, but how it plays out for Donald Trump as he unveils this pick here at the GOP convention next week.
Well, I think it's obvious that the Trump campaign wants to tamp it down a little bit. So they pick a guy who is deliberate in his actions. He's not hot like Newt Gingrich would have been. They're going to say, you know what, we haven't won on the Republican side, so let's now try to convince people in the middle who aren't, decided yet, and there's not many of them, by the way. And we can do that a little bit if we tamp down the rhetoric and we tamp down the presentation. So they picked Governor Pence, evangelical guy, social conservative. Conservatives in America should like him, that choice. Very smart guy, capable of running the country, in my opinion. But he's not an exciting guy. So I guess they're just going to let Trump do all the excitement. That makes sense.
So do you think that Pence is going to shore up the conservatives who may have, some concerns about Donald Trump and how he's been campaigning, what he's been talking about?
Yes. I think that the combination of Pence as VP and the conservatives' disdain for Secretary Clinton will get many conservatives out to vote for Trump, even if they don't like him.
All right, we were just covering at the top of the show the breaking news out of Turkey, and we're still trying to get a sense, Bill, of exactly what's happening and whether this coup has failed, whether it's still going on. We keep on getting these items coming over the wires of these attacks in Ankara. The plane flights in Istanbul shut down. The president has sided with the Erdogan government. You would expect him, I guess, to do that.
Yes.
But if this coup fails, it seems like it would empower Erdogan to continue cracking down in Turkey and kind of move closer to this Islamic government.
The picture for the American citizen who doesn't particularly care what happens inside Turkey is that the whole region in the Middle East is now in an uproar. The whole region. And this is what happens when the United States steps back and tries to become one nation of many and doesn't lead. Now, it would be interesting to find out if the CIA had a heads up on this coup, which they should have had, all right? So if U.S. intelligence knew that this was coming down, I don't know if we'll be able to find that out or not. I hope we will be able to. But the importance to Americans is that the Middle East is absolute chaos. Anything could happen. And, you know, we're in a war against radical Islam, and this kind of stuff just makes it more difficult to fight that war.
Last thing before I let you go, you have a special this weekend, this Sunday, Legends and Lies.
Yeah, Legends and Lies really taken off now, become a major ratings force, and we have Benedict Arnold, the greatest traitor in American history, the most infamous, probably is a better word, and his relationship with George Washington, which is not widely known. So I think everybody interested in history and the country and will enjoy it. It's on at 8 o'clock and 11 on Sunday night, and we'll show you a clip and later on in the Factors. So I hope everybody sticks around. And again, thanks for filling in for me tonight, Brett.
All right, Bill. Happy to do it. Thank you.